Hey y'all, iRix Guy here, and I'm going to demonstrate how to install a hard drive in this external Thunderbolt 2 hard drive enclosure. Now you can check the link within this video's description to find where to order this enclosure. It's a Thunderbolt 2 enclosure, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my first drive to it now, which is it's a 6 terabyte. And you can also find it, check the link within this video's description, but it's a 6 terabyte drive. And what I'm going to do is obviously add more drives as the need arises, because I'm using a concatenated disk set within macOS X, and you can find a video within this video's description too where I explain how to create a concatenated disk set. But at a high level, what a concatenated disk set is within macOS X, it's a series of multiple hard drives. Now in this case, I've already got four terabytes in another Thunderbolt 2 enclosure, and I'm going to daisy chain this to my other Thunderbolt 2 enclosure, and I'll continue to add more drives as the need arises. So in the first enclosure, I've got 4x4, which is 16, and now I'm going to be adding 6 more to that by way of this enclosure, and by using concatenated disk set within macOS X, it'll create the illusion that all 5 of these drives are part of the same physical disk. So macOS X will see one physical disk according to the OS, which is actually multiple physical disks, and I can add more as needed. As I mentioned, I've got 4 bays in this one, and I can also daisy chain more. If I fill all these up, I can daisy chain more. The first thing you're going to want to do is look down in your enclosure at the orientation of the serial ATA connector. So it's going to need to go this way. So since this goes this way, the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to stick this in here like so. And then when I slide it in, and again, double check your orientation, and a quick way to do that is this knob is on this side. So position your drive without screwing it, position it, and then visually inspect. Hey, if I put this drive in, would this match up with the serial ATA connector and power connector in the bottom? And if so, then you're good to go. So I'm matching up, so I'm going to get my screwdriver. Yeah, I need a screwdriver. I've got one right here. And you gotta use that to make everything fit, So there's a screwdriver right there, Phillips head, for computer repairs. And then using the screws that came with your in this case, this external hard drive enclosure, you're going to get them out and use them to screw your hard drive to the sled. And this is the sled because it slides in and out. That's what I refer to it as, at least. So I'm going to use 4 screws. Look at that perfect screw pour there. And again, my orientation has not changed. I've already visually confirmed that this is the orientation that will allow the drive to mate with the serial ATA connector and the serial ATA power connector. And it seems there's multiple types of screws. So this was a short and stubby one, which is not it. There's these longer screws. So that screw bag has multiple types of screws. I guess that's because some people may be using a, yeah, these work, the bigger ones. Some people may be using 2.5-inch hard drive, which this is a full-size 3.5-inch desktop size hard drive. Now this particular hard drive does have 3 holes, so actually I can do 3 screws on each side, which will make this, it'll just make it better. You got, in theory 4 should work. Actually, I'm just going to use 4 because I mean, I'm not going to be moving this thing around, and I'm not going to be taking it to and from the studio with me, so that's the advantage to this enclosure having the top handle like that, is that if you were in an environment where it was kind of sketchy and you didn't want to leave your hard drive sitting around with data on it, you could just disconnect it and take it home with you. But I'm not going to deal with that. So I'm just going to leave the middle screw hole without a screw, and I'm going to do the endmost two here. And as with any type computer hardware type scenario, you never want to force anything. You always want to double check. So even though I've checked, I'm going to visually confirm yet again the orientation of those serial ATA connectors. And then I'm going to make sure when I insert this that it's lined up properly. So I'm going to look over here. I'm going to make sure, okay, that should match up. And it does. So now I'm going to slide this in gently. And then I felt the connection. I felt that it physically mated with that. So now what I can do is just, you know, using this thumb screw. It actually has a Phillips head type connector on it too if you wanted to screw it with that. So I just put this, put that in there. Now I can put my front door back on. This front door is purely cosmetic, but it just makes things look fancier. Put this in here. And then once that's on there, then there's this little latch on the bottom that you can slide, and that'll allow that to pop back into place. See now how the front grille is nice and good looking. So that would be the same process, obviously, that I would perform if, well, not if, but when I do need to add yet more storage. I can just use the 3 additional bays that are available and put drives in there and continue to grow my concatenated disk set within macOS X. So again, check the link within this video's descriptions. I've got the hard drive that I used, also this enclosure that I used, and then also the tutorial video where I explained how I created my concatenated disk set within macOS X. So I hope this video is of value, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. It's youtube.com/IRIXGuy. Y'all have a good day.